Hello, beautiful people. I've got my current Bible book. Whenever it's a special interest, it's too many pillows. Yes, I'm of that era. Too many pillows. Hi, welcome to a podcast. Let me catch my breath. Well, I just took my tablets. I finally got some time. I washed my hair today. I know. Pretty impressive. Now this video, you might gather some of it from the title, but let me fill in just to make sure we're clear. First off, I just want to self-congratulate. Well, I should say congratulate my son's 30th birthday today, right now, like in about half an hour. No, about actually 26 minutes I'll be giving birth. 30 years ago. I know. So, you know, they all grow up and they leave. It happens. It's hard. Sometimes there's complications. At the moment, there's complications. That's fine. Might not be one day complications. I do not know. But I just wanted to celebrate this moment for motherhood to you mothers out there. We're very happy on our kids' birthdays, aren't we? Because it was such a, you know, it's in that top level there of our best days of our life. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because it's significant. And while I'm filming, it's kind of significant. So, and 30th is a special one, isn't it? Yes, I think it is. This is like, whoa, like we're kind of on a level field here, son, you know, like you might know things that you can teach me now. I mean, they always teach you things from when they're little. We all know that, but I'm just saying, right? It's just weird. But I'm 50, okay, I was not a child when I had my child. I was married as well. So let me just get that straight, okay? Good Catholic girl. Basically, I am not perfect. I am joking. If you don't know me and my channel, then just don't take me seriously. But basically, yes, I am 50. So I had him when I was 20. Okay, it was a really good day. So I wish I could do it all again, but I can't because it doesn't work like that. But at the same time, this is kind of what I'm here to talk about. My journey, but make it partly to help your journey because we're all got different journeys. Doesn't matter. It's the same feelings, it's the same fixing things we need to do, the same, I don't know. It doesn't matter what the issue is. Okay, except for a tip here, you know, toxic people versus people that want to love, learn, and all that, right? There's two types of people, okay? And we can all be a bit toxic at times, so let's not always own our own stuff. But I'm just saying, we're here to talk about the pain bits. But I want to share it particularly because I have grown so much. A, due to being in a situation I never thought I'd have to face with my own children. And B, because every day I face the possibility of death. So I feel like my mentality has strengthened. Like I've got an extra little big weapon in my toolbox and I want to share it because my passion is psychology. I studied it for 3 years and I haven't stopped, really. Haven't stopped. I haven't stopped following I have so many names that most of you probably wouldn't even know them because unless you're into psychology, you wouldn't have probably followed them. But they particularly specialize in toxic, dysfunctional families. And the reason why that's important to me is I grew up in one. And I'm not putting blame here because I'm just not going to play the blame game. I've got this on from traveling. Okay, I went to Officeworks. You would have seen the short. Don't even. My medication is making me irritable. It's very hard to live like this, but it's a chemical thing and it's not in my control and I hate it. But anyway, so apologies for any anger outbursts. Just know it's a lot of it's medication. Basically, I felt like I just wanted to fly. A bit dry. So basically, I can't control that. I get irritable because I've had to have an extra dose. That's the front door. Oh, for goodness sakes. So I have, in case this is your first podcast of this style, Brene Brown is the book I have with me. And this is my book that I'm focusing on at the moment. Sorry, guys. It's a book that I'm focusing on at the moment, and this is the Atlas of the Heart. My grandson's name is Atlas. Isn't that special? There's a heart. It's pretty things in it. It says Atlas. I know. Anyway, doesn't matter which grandbaby, they're all special. But I come from a dysfunctional family, and I'm the black sheep. Nice to meet you. And so I know it all. And I've studied psychology, so I know it all. I know what it's like to live it. And let me just say what another very coach that's like, she's an elder to me. She's like someone who, she knows more than me. She's doing the actual sitting with people, coaching thing, obviously. Now, she said something that made sense. Now I want to share it with you because I just think that if it hit me and made me go, oh, wow, that really makes sense why I'm being punished, right? So if you're feeling punished by your dysfunctional, toxic family, whatever you want to call it, you most likely it's because you're the truth teller. Are we? Sorry? Are we? Yeah. I know. And if you've got Tourette's like me, guys, you might not know. Some people don't know the swearing me. And that's because I make sure they don't get to know that person, that Tourette's-y side of me that just comes in and out of my moods. Because Tourette's is always connected to moods. It's a chemical thing that goes on in our brain. Well, not chemical thing. It's brain damage, basically. I have been worsened since my seizures. And my seizures, I had a few, like, more than 15 years ago. But they were always fobbed off. And then I had non-stop ones for 12 years, the last 12 years. So I've got a lot of brain damage to share. So thought I'd share. So to everyone that has Tourette's, I don't know what can cause anyone else's brain damage, but anything can cause brain damage, guys. A knock when you're a child, like anything. It's not that hard to do. I know that doctors think, oh, it's so dramatic. No, sometimes it's not dramatic. Sometimes it's just reality, right? And since my seizures, I'm telling you, seizures on the brain just wreak havoc. And then, of course, ME/CFS I have because I had COVID as well as glandular fever at 17, never recovered. So it made me, and got immune system problems, 22q. That's my umbrella syndrome, genetic syndrome that I was born with. That's trying to kill me. I'm trying to fight it. But basically, it's set me up for this. But, you have to fight everything, sometimes physical as well as mental, right? So I've had a lot of time to, I don't know if I've lost my way there, but I apologize because I did have a decent seizure yesterday. And it wasn't a nice one, actually. It was one of my bad ones again, as if I hadn't really taken any medication again, kind of thing. That kind of scared me, right? So, and it's all because of other medications that are affecting other things, and it's just like, I can't win. Anyway, that's medical. But this is, like I said, you're probably a truth teller. Now, this book, the reason why this is connected, this book is all about this lady. She studied shame for like years, decades. Check out Brene Brown. She's done a TED Talk. That's a good introduction to start with. Might not be your cup of tea. Not everyone's your cup of tea. And I will find that lady on TikTok that has given me this like little bit of a topic here because she deserves a shout out and you should follow her. She's very good. And I really like how blunt, to the point and factual she is. And in short form content, it helps me because my brain just doesn't pay attention very well. ADHD. So basically, it helps me just gather some information for comfort, because I've been dealing with toxicity in the sense that family are just trying to torment me. They always have, but I had it stopped for a period of time, and I had my little family safe away from it. But unfortunately, I couldn't keep it that way, because when your children grow up, they make their own decisions. And I respect that. That's their choice. I can't be a part of that choice, and I won't be a part of that choice. That will always be their choice. That's for them to decide. But along that journey, I have been hurt in a very, very painful way. That's what I will say, because that's my journey. And shame, as she talks about, a lot of us women have a lot of that, don't we? And some of you men might too. So this involves men. This isn't just for women, okay? X generation here. Okay, let's not be sexist. Let's not be anything. Okay, this is for anyone. If it relates to you, it relates to you. I don't care who you are. So basically, I like her because of the way she presents shame. So no, like this lady said on TikTok, you have to lose what you lost. And like I'm talking about my loss, I feel like I've lost my kids, but I've lost that because I told the truth. I could have just not told the truth. I could have just played a little role like everyone else in the family is doing and faking it. I could have chose that. Yeah, I could have done that. Autistics are very good at acting things. If we need to, like acting normal. Am I doing a good job? Give me 1 out of 10. No? More than 1 out of 10, please. Give me a score out of 10. But, you know, if you lived with me, you wouldn't take long and you go, yeah, you're quirky. You're weird. That's autism, okay? When you look at someone, you go, they're a little bit weird, a little bit quirky, but not bad. If it's in the bad way, there might be something that you don't want to. I'm just saying, if they're weird, good, weird, just neutral, probably autistic or on the spectrum of something, okay? The weirdness and the quirkiness, that's the autism. That's what the official name is, if you want to know. But basically, it's not uncommon to, if I have a lot of disability people on my channel, and I salute you and your struggle every day. I'm not saying that everyone else doesn't have their own battle, but life with chronic illness, a genetic syndrome, whatever you're dealing with, it's brutal. It's brutal. And not honour your journeys, because you have to do everything with a lot of loss as well. So it covers this as well, because you're going to feel this shame thing too, even though it's not your fault. You know it's not your fault, but you're sick. And no one likes sick people. It's a societal problem. So, you know, we're all here for different reasons maybe, but the same kind of journey. So like this lady said, you know, I could have played a role with that rubbish, okay, and sucked up to, especially the bullies, you know, the ones that are the most toxic, dysfunctional, manipulative, all the rest. I could have done that, like what my family is doing. Some of them are doing. But I chose to do what, funnily enough, subconsciously, I think, the ones that are no longer with us though, probably mostly the autistics, yeah, males, in my family, they didn't go with it either. And nor did I, because I'm a very kind person, I'm very loyal, but if someone does the dirty real bad, I still find it hard to hate them. So I'm not very good at people thing. I'm a little bit too forgiving. It's an autistic problem. Tony Atwood does speak about it a lot. It is not something to blame yourself about, shame yourself about, because it's a very autistic thing to do. We don't have that understanding of how can someone be so mean? We don't get it. And stop asking yourself the question. Stop asking everyone else around you, just annoying them. I know, because I annoy them when I do it. And I still do it. I still do it. I annoy all people all the time. Is it me? Am I the asshole? The way to determine are you the asshole is if you're asking yourself, are you the asshole? You probably are not the asshole. Probably. That's the basic psychology. You might want to look a bit deeper. Like I said, it's a bit like body language. Okay, don't go on, oh, if their arms are folded, they're closed off, they might be cold. They might be cold. Body language is like sentences. Let's look for a few. Anyway, we can do body language one day. I'm good at that. I had to study that because I'm autistic. I'm a robot. I have no way of showing you the right body language, and I have no way of understanding body language. But I will try. Because I'm into psychology, and that's why, probably, like Tony Ellis says. Oh, that man's cool. Anyway, so basically, doesn't matter what you're here for. The fact is, you're probably a truther. You're probably someone that, look, I hid my disability too. I hid my sickness because it was shunned, shamed, put into the mental basket because I'm a female. Oh, not saying it doesn't happen to you guys as well, because it does now. I'm noticing that there's been another shift. You guys are now copping that as well. Not cool. But anyway, it's not okay. It's not okay if people to challenge your integrity and say, you're not sick. You're faking it. It's an integrity thing, and that's why you're going to get worked up about it. It's natural to feel angry about it, right? Because who would... I fly a little bit with my hands. Sorry about that. Why would you not get upset? They're challenging your integrity. Sorry, just doing some editing stuff here. I tell you, I've got multiple things on the go with some of these videos. I'm so glad I've got 2 camera devices to work on. Oh, I try so hard. I'm sorry, guys. These seizures, sometimes I can have a few. It definitely changes my mood. It changes me. It doesn't mean I'm still not me. I'm still me, and I'm still responsible for my behaviors, but I'm just saying, it does do things to me, and the medication, but also the seizures. They cause memory things that you might be noticing in this video, and I apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do. But yeah, bad seizure. I'm struggling, really struggling. So doesn't matter what you're here for, but it means that you're telling the truth, and you gave up those things for the truth. And I know that it's hard, because sometimes I know, guilty of it myself. Sometimes I wish that I played along and was more of a good girl. You know the deal. Be a good girl. Be a good girl, or a good boy. Be a good boy. Fuck that shit. When someone's being toxic to you, they've lost your respect. When people just can't treat you like a civilized human being, keep your dignity, and want you in the best light, they have no good intentions for you. People, to even strangers, should want the best intentions for that person, right? That's humanity. That's real humanity. And it's rare, guys. It's rare. And I think that some people think that playing the game, even in the, like, we're looking at the microscope right now. We're looking at a family. Let's look at the macro, which is society. Society's acting like this right now. Well, I've got this, so I'm better than you. And it's just like, cool, okay. And this is me as a next generationist, so you millennials have it harder, and I don't even blame you for the struggle. But I'm just saying, like, as a next generation, I'm like, yeah, you're a funny soul, aren't you? Okay, have fun with that. I'm not competing. I don't want to. Us ex-generationers, right, when we hate something about ourselves, normally, us healthy ones, we go and change it, right? I feel stupid, I study more, get smarter. I don't want to be a drinker, I don't drink alcohol. No, I don't drink alcohol. Whatever you don't like about yourself in your lifetime, from adulthood onwards, your choice. Some things, of course, we don't have a choice on, okay? Some things we don't. And that's why I have, like, these rules that I get really frustrated with as an autistic. Like, people seem to like put in awe how people look, and I think that's disgusting. I'm sick of influencers that make it being people that are just because they're willing to maybe put a little bit too much out there. If you know what I mean, that's a genuine cough. Sorry, my throat. I've got a tickle, and you know, sometimes it can be that, or it's just because they are good looking. And in psychology, the what do they call it? The attractiveness score thing, and an average person, to explain the theory of psychology of what people consider attractive, apparently is your face has to be symmetrical or asymmetrical, matching both sides basically. I don't know which one that is. Dyslexia, my brain's confusing me. So sorry about all these reactions. I'm on medication, to extra medication for seizures. It's causing in my body, okay, and I'm trying to really cope with it. Sorry. So attractiveness is based on, if you put the most average of faces together, that is what they call attractive for some reason. It's just how it is in psychology. They've done many studies. It's just what ends up getting voted as being the most prettiest face and handsome face for a guy, or whatever. Like they have, guy and a girl and whatever else. And I remember doing this psychology, and it's just about the most average face apparently is the most attractive face and the most symmetrical. I think it's symmetrical. Sorry, I can't bother looking it up. But where the both sides of your face match. Now, that is just a fact that they do get more attention. However, let me add in here with the psychology. Don't get too, I don't want to hear this, I'm going to switch off. No, what it means is that's not the kicker. That's just like bait. Like, that's just getting someone's attention. Keeping someone's attention is everything. Isn't it? Personality. How many times, I love this, particularly this TikToker. She's a comedian, very good. She's definitely on the spectrum. Very good comedian. She looks at all these hot guys and then she makes jokes about, I'm doing my research, I did a bit of a video with her and with her other friend that sometimes does it. They're so funny. And she's single mum saga. Sorry if I can't remember the other one, but Single Mum Saga, if you look at her on TikTok, funny. And the guys, it's nice. It's nice. They're nice. There's not much out there for women. Sorry. It's the same. Anyway, it's irrelevant. But it's funny how she does the thing, right? The little banter she does, the reactions she does. But basically, now I've lost my way. I've totally lost the point of what I was saying. Anyway, let's get back to the truth, shall we? Attractiveness, sorry, I was trying to, yeah. So it gets your attention, right? And you have a good laugh about it, but that's it, right? That's it. It's shallow, guys. Okay, I'm 50. I'm a woman as well, women, and I hear you. Okay, your size doesn't fucking matter. And if anyone thinks that, bye. Bye. Like really strong bye. Close the door, fucking lock it. Deadbolt it. If they don't like your flaws, because we all have them, and they can't tolerate it, well, maybe it's just different personalities. So long as they respectively leave, but if they don't, just close the door, lock it, bye. Behind the door, we don't want, don't want to be violent. But I'm just saying, right? You are not what you look like. You are, however, what you act like. And that doesn't also mean, like with shame, it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. What it means is you've got to own your shit. That's all. You just got to be able to say, I suck at that. And I'm still failing at that. I'm still failing at that. I am 50 with ADHD and I still interrupt conversations. I'm an asshole. Okay? I have a lot to work on. And just a bit extra hard because I have ADHD and autism, okay? So it is harder for me to learn. And you can say that's an excuse, but it's not, because I'm still taking responsibility. I still work on it now. I still have social story conversations, say to Matt, whoever else, oh, I'm so frustrated how I do this, I interrupt or whatever else. But it's because also my neurology too, it's made me worse lately, because I'm always scared of forgetting it, because I do. I literally will forget it. I've been tested. 15 hours neuropsych, been tested. I've got memory decline. So basically, I can't hold the thought. So I'm an interrupter. And it's my flaw. And I hate it too, as much as the other people. But if someone can't tolerate that, or just kindly direct you through that, then it's gonna bring up some shame. But all you have to do is own it. No more than that. Don't accept punishment for it. That's not okay. If they don't want to be in your life, family or friend, then they should remove themselves. They should never stick around and go, "Oh, I've told you about acting like that." Mm-hmm. Okay, we know that's obvious toxic, right? And even passive aggressive behavior towards it, that's just not okay. That's just toxic. Another thing I wanted to bring up before I look at a page in this book too, I'll try and find a page of comment. I wanted to bring up too that, that it kind of goes with that, sorry, I just saw the word gratitude and I smiled. I like that word sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, fuck gratitude. I have no, not today. Not today. I have no fucking gratitude today. No, I'm not grateful. No, not at all. Anyway, so basically, spinny. It's like Aussie Man Reviews, isn't it? He got me onto this spinny thing, and it's now a echolalia problem stuck in the head, right? So basically, what I want you to remember is this. Pretend, right? Pretend you're playing the game. Look, I do this to myself. I am a fucked up one too. I am not sitting here preaching. I am learning too. But she said, right, it was really cool. She went through some things. Well, have they talked to you about what the problem is with you? No. Have they explained what you did to them that was wrong? No. Have they given you the opportunity to tell your side of the story? No. Then you're not the asshole. You're not the problem. You're not the toxic one. Okay? Because if you were the one sitting there going, no, I want to heal this situation. I don't want harm. I'll go to therapy. And I don't even like therapists, because I've been to a few. It's hard when you're autistic, guys, because they talk things that are like, yeah, I like certain styles because of my autism, I think. And it's very hard because it's not their fault, they're doing their thing. It probably works for the general population. But when you're dealing with an autistic, with ADHD, with PDA, you're going to get some. That's why I like having a GP that's kind of really blunt. Sometimes it still get hurt when it's blunt. Sometimes it's still, I'm a chick. It's like, oh, okay. You could have softened that a little bit. No. Doesn't mean any harm by it. He doesn't mean any harm by it. But basically, I like it just like that, right? I like it served that way, right? And just a dash of kindness every now and then. I mean, you could be kinder actually, but I like it specific. I need to understand it direct. Going around it a lot, I get confused. It doesn't work for me. So anyway, in therapy, it doesn't work for me. But I'm willing to do therapy with these people in my family to work the shit out. But if they're not, you're not the asshole. If you're trying to work it out, you're not the asshole. Now, also, she talked about boundaries. So don't think that you have to let people in, blah, blah, blah. No, you can choose not to. You can choose to say, no, these people doing it to me, they can choose to never see me again. That's their choice. That would be a sad one, because I know that because in my situation, it's not the same situation I had with my parents, which was legit abuse, basically, severe. to the point where professionals were warning me to stay away. The courts kept it away. It's a little different with my own children because that wasn't going on. So this is more, they suffered, what do you call it? It's kind of like generational trauma. They suffered watching my suffering, basically, and my disability. Children of disabled mums suffer, guys, and we have to honour that. I know that they have that for children of disabled siblings and parents. But look, I want to put it out there for adult children of mothers or fathers that are disabled. It's not easy for them, guys. It's really not. So I'm not judging my children at all because of that factor. Because I had my limitations. But I do judge how they treat me, yes. But that will never stop me from being, because when it's your own children, because my parents have made their decision. That's how they want to act. That's how they want to act. They don't want to change. They don't want to change. But with my children, I am always to the day I die willing to work on my relationship with them. Absolutely. I will shut up and listen to everything they have to say till I work out what they need so they have the best life, better than mine. That is always going to be there's no bargaining on that, right? That's it. But I will not take, though, like any relationship, games being played or anything like that when I'm getting hurt. I have to protect myself. Not an easy thing to do. Just like when they're little kids and they're really cute, and you're like, oh, you're having the best day, and the next minute you walk into the bedroom and both of your children have just emptied a whole baby powder bottle over the whole room, and you're like, oh, how many hours is this going to take to clean? And they're giggling and they're having fun. You're supposed to tell them off. You think they're having the time of their life. I'm jealous. Looks good. Looks fun. I actually wanted to join in. It's no angels. Anyway, you still have to tell them off, right? You have to set those boundaries with your adult children. Now, I haven't set anything ridiculous at all. Just simple things, If you're angry, just please don't swear at me. It hurts me. Please don't yell at me. It hurts me. But let's sit and talk. Simple things like that. So there's no major thing for me with my children. But unfortunately, my legacy of my shit with my parents is making it a drama. And there's many lies. And you know what? Like that lady said on TikTok as well, people that lie about you, completely lie about, I'm talking about pathological lies, guys, they're dangerous. Stay away. And lock that fucking door and never open it. The pathological liar, I don't care if it's a friend, please keep that. At 50, okay, I never used to listen to this advice when I had older women telling me this, okay? And this is to you guys too. Don't let anyone treat you like shit, including women. It goes that way too. And don't let men treat you like shit. Don't let women treat you like shit. Doesn't matter which way. Don't let your children treat you like shit. Don't let your parents treat you like shit. And if you treat someone like shit, because I guess we sometimes do, I mean, I pride myself on not, really. But when I do, I fucking own it. I have always, since my kids were toddlers, apologized to them. If I've even snapped and I know it's me, not them, I've gone up to them and I've owned it and I've said to that child, because you know why? I do not want them to think that they have to own any of my fucking shit. Because my mother made me feel like I had to heal her. And that's not my job. And it's not my job for my kids to heal me either. Absolutely not. It's their job just to be my sons, basically. So I really just want you guys to know that if you're the black sheep, you're the truther. You're the one that told the truth. You did the right thing. You're being punished because those people narcissistic assholes who are toxic, malignantly, unless it's, like I said, temporarily happening, and then, you know, it might not be malignant. But if it's going on and it's just, these people just repeat it, you know, they apologize and then they just go do it again. And they don't want to sort it out, and they don't want to talk it through, and they have to yell it through, or they have to, none of that is healthy at all. You have to walk away. You have to close the door. You have to do that healing yourself, and no, it's not you. So like I said, if they're not willing to talk to you rationally about any problems, you are not the asshole. If they're not respecting your boundaries, you are not the asshole. It goes both those things. There are some people unfortunately we have to keep away from us. Unfortunately, some of us have had to make that decision for our children, from their grandparents. But when they're adults, we don't get to choose. I chose protection because I knew that if I was not safe as a child, how was my child going to be safe? They're not in my care. So I didn't let them. That was and I would make the same choice because I can't be there to protect them. And I did not feel these people were safe, and nor did the courts for me. So why would I think they are for them? So, but as adults, I respect what they've chosen because I know that they'll get it one day. They'll get it one day, what's going on in the big scheme of things. Because every family has its little games of toxicity, right? I'm the black sheep too. And what that means, I'm just going to say it one more time. You are the truth. You are most likely the person that's got your shit together. And all you've ever wanted to do is help everyone else get their shit together. But they kept telling you to shut up. It's because you're the healthy one, probably in a toxic family. Because families, like this lady said, want to get along. They want to work it out. They want to get to a healthy resolution. They want to be a family. They want good experiences. I mean, me, okay, could die any day, have a genetic syndrome, okay? Every fucking day is precious. You don't know. And that doesn't matter if you're not disabled. You could get hit by a bus. Literally. I mean, look at the world right now. Okay? Russia could blow us up tomorrow. I'm just saying. None of us are immune to people just being gone. I can tell you that as a 50-year-old. I've had times in my life, in 3 seconds, my life has changed. PTSD. Boom. 3 seconds. Life's never the same again. Yeah. So we're all going to have those experiences. It doesn't matter what the experiences even are, who the people and characters are involved in the narrative. It doesn't matter. It matters about how you feel, though. So if you feel, it's a bit like that, you know, I see it in a factual way because I'm autistic. It's a bit like the ACCC in Australia, which is our commercial control people, right? If you're American, from England, or from Europe, just think of it that way, okay? Basically, they are there to keep consumer rights in place and businesses to have their rights, I guess, in place as well. Okay? Simple as that. And basically, if someone does something out of that scope, then someone steps in, right? There's some kind of standard. You need to make sure that you have that standard that you go, well, here's all of my things, and lost my track. Hate that. I hate that. Hate that. It's gonna make a real good point. I wonder if it is a real good point when you do make it in these situations, or you just think that because you lost, the mind just lost that little point, you think that it was so important. I really don't know where I was going. There's many books on toxicity, but basically there is a formula. And if you, oh, that's right, with feelings. Feelings are people can't deny your feelings, basically. So if you go up to someone and you say, oh, look, you know, when you treat me this way, you make me feel like this. Okay, if they don't want to talk about it, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a person doesn't give a shit about you. I'm 50. I know this. I have heard this. I've been told this, and I've gone, not always, surely not. Yes, absolutely. That's a sign. It's a sign. Okay, they don't care. Okay, because humanity people who care about humans first, which is what everyone should do, which is, okay, you're not religious, fine, take that out of it, but you should at least be for the human, right? If someone comes to you and says, hey, you know, when you did this, it hurt, like, it upset me. Listen, think, weigh it up. I'm not saying just take it on if it's possibly a toxic person themselves. Weigh it up though. Don't just sit there and be like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything to you. Okay? No one really wants others to hurt. A healthy person will approach that with, tell me as much as you can because I want to understand what I've done. Okay? That's a natural response. So your feelings matter. So respond to those feelings. Set any boundaries you need to set. And that includes for your children if they're under 18. And I really think that's very important these days. Okay, family needs to really stick together because, you know, the stranger danger thing is more huge. Okay, you know what's in your family. That's the good thing about family. You know what's in that. All right, but you don't know strangers. So it's always good to stick together, but some of us don't have families like that. Some of us had families that the worst people that have treated us the worst are actually our families. And so if you have to protect your children, please don't feel guilty. But let me read this bit, because I know we never get to enough of this, but because I've read so much of her stuff and because I know a lot of her stuff, and I wanted to share with this TikTok lady had brought out through me and to share with you, I just think that there's so much guilt and shame in us black sheeps. So much guilt and shame. And I'm sick of it. Now, if you want to know more about narcissism and you really want to get deep in psychology in the sense of you haven't studied psychology and you can't be bothered going through all that stuff, but you want to get to those points so that it can go through your head and just help you. Richard Grannon has a YouTube channel. He's just amazing. He's got all of it there from years ago. Okay, I was following him. I don't follow him now because I know everything that he keeps saying, right? Because I've listened so hard to what he had to say because I needed to learn those lessons through what his stuff was. And he studied psychology too and was a life coach, particularly I think for narcissism, people suffering from narcissistic abuse, right? So he's the guy for CPTSD, PTSD. He's the guy. So Richard Grannon, it's a double N, look him up. So if you want to know more about this kind of theories, that's the one place to go. Okay, and he talks about many different dynamics, right? And he's really, really good. Even for autistics, he's easy to follow. Easy to follow about what these people's, how they do this to us. Because we're always left with the guilt. I mean, even today, it's like, you know, I'm supposed to be doing something for my son's birthday and I can't. But that's his choice. I have to respect his choice in every day, including his birthday. Because if he wanted to be involved, he would allow me somehow to be involved and I would be there. I mean, I was the mum every single birthday because every birthday for my children, I know, was so important. And they'd wake up every birthday to balloons all down the hallway, all streamers everywhere. And the cats used to join in, especially when I was setting it up. They thought it was cool. Not the balloons. They didn't quite like the balloons, but the streamers, super keen on the streamers. But every morning they'd come out of their bedrooms, you know, little bat cave, especially when they were teenagers, and walk through the sea of balloons. Oh, Mum, that's so annoying. But I know that it made their day. That is hard to not do that today. I mean, I'm an empty nest anyway. I have to accept that that's how it is, you know, but there's an extra complication because I'm not in contact. So it's like, because the contact has totally stopped, I have to have some self-respect and not contact. But I do know that that child knows I love him and that I'd be thinking of him today and proud of him. It's really hard. But when someone's not treating you right, and it's not actually really him, it's someone next to him who's making all this happen, made this all happen, until he says, no, like, this is wrong, until he steps up and says, let's work things through, like all adults are meant to do, I can't do anything. I just have to let him live his life and hope that he's happy, because that's all I want. Like, yeah, I'd love him in my life, but as a mother, that isn't that selfish though. The best love is to step back and hope that this is what they want and that they're happy. But if he was to come back, then I would be helicopter mum again and just, what do you want? Anything, because that's what kind of mum I am. I'd be making a big fuss. I would have been cooking his favourite dinner. I would have been inviting him over for that and cake. And his wife. I accept his wife. But it's not what it is. And sometimes life doesn't turn out how we want. It's going to happen in some shape or form to all of us at some point in our life. And I think that our reaction to it is our character. And that's where the learning is. That's where the learning is. So I've stood back. I've accepted that, well, I'm not going to contact, because it's been like that for a few years. I mean, my 50s went by. He doesn't want my contact. I'm going to respect that. I've done many other birthdays, but I can't keep doing it because it's hurting me. And so he has to learn to teach the situation to be kinder to me. Unless I've done something wrong, and I will absolutely listen and be open to, okay, tell me. And I haven't had that opportunity. And it's just not him. It's just not like him, so I don't really see it as him. But I just hope that one day I get the opportunity to be part of his life again. And that's all I can hope, because doesn't it suck being a parent? We can't control any part of their life. We have to let them make mistakes as well. And it's hard. And you do it when they're children too, don't you? Sometimes you've got to sit back and go, oh, they've got to learn. And you kind of cringe and you feel it. A good mum feels it. I mean, I'll never forget the day that he was born, right? They gave me a sleeping tablet. They said, we're going to look after him. We're very quiet tonight. We've got him. I was in a country hospital, guys. I was blessed. This is my first child. And I remember waking up in the night and I was like, that's my baby, screaming. That's my baby. And I got up and all I am is in a 90 and a nappy thing. Weird, isn't it, ladies? And I'm racing down that hallway to the room with the babies, you know, lots of babies. There was only one other baby. And they were doing the heel prick. And I launched at them and they were like, oh, Mama Bear's coming. It's okay. It's okay. We're not hurting him. And I'm like, what are you doing? First time mum, right, heel prick. I had no idea. I had no idea what to expect. Anyway, it was part of the process apparently. I was like, give it to me. Yeah, so it's hard. So I just want to honour anyone that's having any toxicity with your children. It's hard. And especially when you know, compared to like when I look at my parents, that's them. They've always been toxic. They were toxic towards each other, towards us children. They've always been toxic, okay? they've splintered the whole siblings on purpose. It's all just toxicity, game. But I know with my children, they are not malignant at all. They're just going through something, and I don't know what it is, but they are beautiful, beautiful people. They just lost. And you worry as a parent. We always worry, even though. So just, yeah, any adult children out there, if you're having issues with your family and you're wondering if a parent doesn't love you or something, a good parent, I don't know how we do it, but you're always in our minds. Always. And when you're feeling something strong, I know I'll say it to Sir all the time. Oh, this one, he's having some, I'm feeling it. And in the past, I've actually been right, because I've ended up with something happening and it matches, and it's hard. So anyway, that umbilical cord is real, but we've got to let them fly and make success and mistakes and the whole bundle, and that's just how it goes. And there's nothing we can do to make it better. So please never blame yourself if you've got kids right now. You can only do your best as a parent. It's all you can do. Okay, because kids have their own personalities, and that's okay. Individualism is a normal thing. Let me just make sure this is flowing down. This is taking an awful long time to upload. This is really driving me mad. It's like very important for my medical. Anyway, basically, stop. So basically, that's the message I wanted to get through. So keep those rules in mind. Understand who's the arsehole or who's the toxic person, and make sure that you're kind to yourself. I highly recommend this book, personally. I do. I recommend just listening to a TED Talk is sometimes even just enough for some people. So let me read you this gratitude one that I talked about just before. Because maybe it'll just like make this shit, like put a bit of flowers on some shit, see if it makes it a bit better. Sorry. My neurology and inhibitions, the brain damage going on, I'd hate to think, to be honest, it's just 12 years of this. Public system, it's great. Neurology is great. They just let your brain just get damaged. Anyway, let's just go on. The medication's doing pretty good. But teething problems, new medicine that's making it not work. Right, so gratitude is an emotion that reflects our deep appreciation for what we value, what brings meaning to our lives, and what makes us feel connected to ourselves and others. I'm going to go slower now. Gratitude is an emotion that reflects our deep appreciation for what we value, what brings meaning to our lives, and what makes us feel connected to ourselves and others. Well, you know what? One thing I can share as a person that I know when I had my heart event, it really scared me. And all I remember thinking is, hold on, you can't go, you gotta hold on. All I thought about was my children, my grandchildren, and the people I love. All I thought about, nothing else. There was nothing else that mattered but that. I was just like, I've got to make it, I've got to make it, I've got to make it, I've got to make it. That's all I kept saying. So personally, I think there's a, I mean, I could be wrong because I'm just a person. Okay, yes, I've studied a lot of sociology, anthropology, philosophy, and psychology formally, and I've also studied social welfare at TAFE and was a welfare officer for a couple of years. But I will say this, and I've worked with dementia patients, they're super cute and super cool. And basically, I do think there's a theme there. I do think that all that really matters is people that make us feel like us. That's my golden rule. And I think that's just the easiest way, because I'm a bit simple, stupid, autistic need way. So just think of it like this. If you're around a person that makes you feel you, whether it's family, not family, whatever, okay, good person for you. That's a good person for you. Anyone that makes you feel like you, it makes you feel good about you, or says to you, be you. I don't want you to be anything but you. I don't care about your flaws. Whatever. I got them too. Okay, they're your people. Well, they're my people, I know. So if anyone wants different to that, well, then they've got different people. So if you look at me and go, I don't like those things, that doesn't sound good to me, but then your people are different people to my people. But I hope this has helped, because there's a lot of toxic families, and especially in times of financial strife, hey? Doesn't this true colour shine real bright when it comes to money? Oh, lordy, does it? Yes, yes. In my family, money seems to determine the leaders. Funny that. Wish I could buy my kids. No, literally, I wish I could buy my kids safety, security, and a really good life. Like $1 million home and a car and, private education for my grandkids. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wish that. I really, really do. But I'm just saying. Anyway, keep those rules in mind, because it's in your best interests. Okay? Put yourself first. I'm trying to. I hope I'm succeeding. I think I am. I think since I got over empty nest and realised that, there's life beyond the children. Ooh, interesting. I've even said to Sir, can you just back off a little bit? I'm trying to feel me a little bit. Because I went from home to married to kids to, I've never had this time to be party. It's not that I'm going out partying. I'm just saying, I'm learning. So I thought, while I'm learning, I might bring it to you. So you're welcome. So I hope you liked it. So anyway, take care, everybody. And sorry for any inappropriates if people don't like inappropriate speech. I do work on it. I do have Tourette's, brain damage. And I have had a seizure, so it's uncontrollable. So thanks for listening, guys. And I apologise genuinely if I've offended with my language. I do try and work on it. Sometimes I get frustrated at it. So, the message, I hope, is clear. Any comments below, any questions below is always welcome. I love you. You are worthy. You're beautiful. You're meant to be here. You have a purpose. And there's people that love you. Probably people you don't even know that might love you. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Anyway, take care. Bye.